The movie kicks off with Leela showing us a preview of his magic skills. He brings this snake super close to his mouth, no touching, social distancing king, and then levitates this girl up in the air because apparently gravity took a personal day off. One of his henchmen walks up and tells him the guys have arrived, so he just leaves the girl hanging in midair. Rude much. And walks over to the crew saying, "Listen up, I brought you here to tell you March 31st is getting close. You know the entire Indian population hits the banks that day to pay taxes. What we're gonna do on March 31st is hack every single account in India and steal their money. Even villains hate the IRS. Confirmed." Then he grabs this Chinese guy and literally punches a hole through his chest. Talk about a heart-to-heart conversation. They ask him, "Why did you kill him?" He answers, "This dude's an Interpol agent planted among us to snitch on our plan. If you don't believe me, this pen has all his info. See for yourselves. Listen closely. I'm the one who makes the plans for this operation because I'm a trickster and nobody tricks me." Everyone tells him, "We're with you, boss." HR would have a field day with his workplace environment. Then there's Pablo's mom. Her only job in life is praying to this triple lady symbol and praying for her son, Pablo. Finally, we see our bad boy, the kid who baffled the world with his OP martial arts and international hacking skills, the golden boy, Pablo. The kid is jinxed though. He bought a bike and sunglasses and was on his way to a new job. But the second he arrives, he bumps into this dude and says, "Excuse me, I'm sorry." The guy replies, "Sorry who?" And they just start beating him up while everyone laughs at him. He gets fired from the new job instantly. This is why nice guys finish last, or in the hospital. He goes to his mom and she says, "Who did this to you? I tied 100 knots in your hands so you wouldn't fall into trouble, and you still get into fights." He tells her, "Mom, I swear to God, why do you have to blow everything out of proportion?" She says, "It's already huge, son. If anything bad happened to you, I'd probably die. I can't handle living alone for even a second." Classic Asian mom guilt trip, level 100. He tells her, "Mom, don't worry. I always stay away from drama. But what can I do? I just bumped into a guy and he hit me. Please don't be sad." He goes up to sleep and the next day he wakes up to find she left a voice note saying, "Don't worry about me, son. I'm traveling to India. I couldn't sleep all night, so I decided to go visit the temple. Don't worry about me." She literally ghosted him IRL. Enter Annayia, the youngest millionaire in the world. Damn girl, I wish you'd give me your number. Anyway, her manager keeps yapping, so she tells him, "Shut up, you're giving me a headache. Find me a driver. I want a hot young guy. Look at that dude over there. Find me one like him." Swipe right on the driver, I guess. He tells her, "Ma'am, that is the driver I got for you." She rushes over calling out, "Hey boy, hey Pablo. Please bro, call him with us because I forgot to mention Pablo has bad hearing." Just kidding, selective hearing probably. Anyway, she gets to him and says, "Why aren't you answering me?" He says, "Because I didn't hear anyone calling me." She says, "I've been yelling Pablo for a while." He goes, "Sorry lady, I'm not Pablo, wrong number," and walks away. She says, "Get over here boy, you are Pablo and I won't let you go until I verify it. Take off your pants." He's like, "Excuse me?" She says, "Pablo had a birthmark on his butt and I'm not leaving until I see it." This is definitely a workplace harassment lawsuit waiting to happen. Her manager walks up and she tells him, "Make this kid take off his pants." The manager actually checks and finds no birthmark. He asks, "Do you believe me now?" She splashes water in his face as he leaves, and people keep laughing at him. Her manager says, "That was harsh what you did to him." She says, "I'm sure he's Pablo. The whole world believes he's dead except me, and I'm sure that guy is Pablo." Pablo gets home absolutely fuming, grabs a sledgehammer, smashes the wall, pulls out a phone from inside it, because who needs a pocket when you have drywall, and calls Indian intelligence, expecting Mr. Khan to answer, but someone else picks up. He says, "I'm RG, one of you. I want to speak to Mr. Khan." The guy says, "Don't worry, but Mr. Khan isn't here. State your code." He replies, "Sorry, I can't reveal my identity except to Mr. Khan." The guy says, "Mr. Khan retired and I took his place. It's safe. Reveal your identity." He says, "I am the plumber. It's Neo Mario." He runs a search on the name and it pops up. Okay, what's the problem? Pablo says, "Sir, someone figured out my real identity, meaning Lila's men could get to me anytime." The guy says, "Relax. Wong is locked up in China, Zahid is in Kenya, and Mark and Audi are locked up in India, meaning none of them can touch you. But this guy, bro, turns out to be a traitor working for Leela. Snitches get stitches, my guy." He tips off Mark, Audi, Zahid, Dogra, and Young about Pablo's location. They all swear revenge for what he did to them 2 years ago. At this moment, Pablo feels the walls closing in and remembers what happened. Let me tell you the backstory, bro. Global intelligence found out Leela is planning something huge for March 31st, but sadly they have no idea how to stop him, zero evidence, and can't hack his organization. They sent tons of agents, but he exposes them instantly. Guy probably has Norton antivirus premium. They ask Mr. Khan, what do you think? He's an Indian citizen after all. He says, give me a week, I'll find a solution. He goes to his team and says, I need Pablo ASAP. True, he hasn't worked with us before, but there's no one like this kid in hacking. If Leela is a cybercriminal, Pablo is the sultan of the world in hacking. And not just that, he has skills that could take down an entire army. He's basically John Wick with a Wi-Fi connection. One asks, will he agree to work for the country? He says he'll do it for the cash because he's actually a money-grubbing dog. The intense search for Pablo begins. While they're looking, he sends them an encrypted message, a video of Amitabh Bachchan saying, you're looking for me, but actually, I'm waiting for you. The Bollywood version of a rickroll. Khan laughs and says, keep looking. He goes home and boom, finds Pablo right in his face. How do you disappear like that? We turned the world upside down looking for you. Pablo says, don't try finding me again. My appearance depends on my mood, not anyone else's. Khan says, you're going to serve the country with me. Pablo replies, and what has the country ever done for me? Don't ask me again. I won't agree, and walks off.
Later, he goes to a club. Annayia shows up, telling her boyfriend, you're an idiot. I don't want to know you anymore. I loved someone else anyway. He says, liar. She says, I'm a liar. Fine, follow me. She goes up to Pablo, who wasn't paying attention at all, and steals a kiss. Pablo is confused, like, who is this? Bro thought he ordered a drink, not a girlfriend. She tells her ex, believe me now? This is my boyfriend. What's your name, man? He says, Pablo. She says, this is my boyfriend, Pablo. The guy leaves. She tells Pablo, thanks for the save, tiger. She's about to leave, but he grabs her hand. How are you gonna leave me like that? She says, I took a kiss. That was the price, sir. So he spins her around like a pastry and kisses her in that pose. It lasts like half an hour. I'm getting dizzy just watching. Someone passed the Dramamine. Then says, now we're even. At this point, bro, she falls for him, and they spend most of their time together. When she goes to his place, he takes a shower, and while drying off, she sees the birthmark on his butt. Weird flex to verify identity, but okay. Later, she takes him to a party hosted by her brother. Who's her brother, bro? It's Leela. Plot twist, the family tree is a wreath. Pablo remembers the plan he made with Officer Khan. Yes, bro, he went back and agreed to work with him. Anyway, Officer Khan told him, watch out, Leela isn't easy at all. Pablo said, no human on Earth lacks a weakness. Before we fight him, we find his weak point and enter from there. Khan warned, we sent many before you, but he caught them easily. Pablo said, he won't suspect me because I'll get to him through his sister. Once I work with him, I'll gain his trust, gather info on the March 31st project, and take him down. He enters and Annayia introduces them. Leela says, come here, Pablo. I want a quick word. He follows. Leela says, have a drink. Pablo says, no, excuse me, I don't drink. Leela says, this isn't booze, it's an energy drink to keep you fresh. I know you work in hacking and you're a pro. Pablo says, sir, it's an honor to work with you. Leela says, yeah, you've known my sister for a week and now you want to work with me. Look, Pablo, I have 2 rules. Stay 2 steps away from decent people and 4 steps ahead of the smart ones. Whoever loves me, I lift to the sky. Whoever tricks me, I bury alive. And you, Pablo, Officer Khan sent you, right? He gets shocked and says, no, didn't happen. Leela says, shame on you, Pablo. Come with me. He takes him to his men and says, this Pablo is going to tell us what Khan is planning against us. Pablo says, who is this Khan you're talking about? Leela says, bring it in, girls. The girls bring a laptop for him to decrypt. What do you think of the laptop, bro? Sick, right? Probably runs Windows 98 knowing these movies. Anyway, he tries to crack the code but fails. This encryption is too hard, I can't crack it. A guy points a gun at him. Crack it or I blow your head off. Tech support is really aggressive these days. He starts again. This needs a lot of work to break the firewall. Leela says, you have 60 seconds. Start. He starts, 40 seconds remain, and every attempt fails. Leela gets ready to kill him, but in the last 2 seconds, he cracks it. Because of course, the progress bar always speeds up at 99%. Everyone claps, the girls cheer, and I salute the girls. Leela says, this Khan has no chill. He knows how to pick him. Look, Pablo, I want you to work for me and drop this Khan completely. He's just a beggar government employee. Pablo says, I like that you know everything, but Khan made a tempting offer. Leela counters, I'll guarantee you a great future. Cars, villas, a bank account with ungodly amounts of money, plus my sister. Pablo says, is all that enough? He looks at the gunman. If you point a gun at me again, I'll make your biggest piece the size of that bullet in your hand. Compensating for something with that gun, buddy. Leela takes the gun. Don't get upset, boss. We trade blood for love and your wish is my command. He goes to a car showroom and picks the most expensive ride. Leela calls him. Come over. Urgent. While talking, a gang kidnaps him in the car. Where is Leela? We want Leela. Take us to him. Pablo says, Leela who? Ask someone else. I don't know him. They say, don't play dumb. The Leela you work with. He insists, I don't know anyone by that name. They aim guns. Where is Leela? 1, 2,
3. They fire, but the gun is empty, bro. Budget cuts hit the henchman hard. They kick him out of the car and Leela is standing there. Pablo asks, what was the point of this second test? Leela says, first was for competence, this one was for loyalty. Welcome to the team, Pablo. They start working together. Pablo invents an app with 3 features: kids' games and moms' diaries. Basically TikTok for Indian moms. Obviously, people put their accounts and info to register, which is exactly what Leela wants for the March 31st plan. Every time Khan calls, Pablo rejects it. In no time, Pablo's app gathers info on tons of people and everyone praises his catastrophic success. Pablo gets bigger every day, buying houses, cars, stacking cash, and hacking more accounts. One day, Khan shows up at his house. Did the magician Leela fool you with his money? Why choose the wrong path? Pablo says, everyone thinks the path to success is wrong. That's why most people are failures. Okay, chill out with the motivational speaker quote. Khan says, this path leads to prison, and trust me, Leela's end is near. He adds, listen, come back to us. Police work doesn't pay well. You still have time, Pablo, or you'll end up like them, son, and leaves. Later, he buys a house for his buddies and they're super happy, but he hears screaming at the neighbors. It's the lady who is supposedly his mom. No, not his mom, bro. First time he's seen her, he goes in. Why are you yelling at her? The guy says, if you're such a tough guy, pay her debt and stop begging. Pablo says, she isn't my mom, I'm new here. The guy says, fine, go home, sir, and let us work. He tells the lady, money or get out. She's heartbroken. Pablo grabs the employee and rearranges his face, about to throw him off the balcony. The lady yells, no! She sits him down and explains, my husband was an ambulance driver. His dream was to buy his own ambulance. Pause for respect for this madness. Who sells ambulances in this world? Is there an Uber ambulance service I don't know about? Sorry, forgot we're in India. Anyway, she says, we took a bank loan. When the money hit the account, it was all withdrawn immediately. We told the police, they said a hacker stole it. Pablo is shocked. Where's your husband now? She says he couldn't handle it. He ended his life, threw himself from the balcony you were about to throw that guy from. She's devastated and Pablo is shook because he knows exactly who hacks bank accounts. He decides to back out, repents to God, asks for forgiveness, and focuses on the future. You need to focus too, bro, because the past is dead and the future is total destruction. First thing, he returns the bank money for the lady's loan. He tells her, you'll get that ambulance your husband dreamed of, and your son will study to be a doctor. I know paradise is under the feet of mothers, so please consider me your son and let me into paradise. He starts crying. Pass the tissues, bro. He goes to Khan and confesses everything. Khan says, look, son, we all make mistakes, but not everyone admits them. The past is dead, Pablo. From today, you're with us. Pablo says, I ruined many homes with that app. I can't fix that, but I can save the homes that are still on the way to ruin. I'll destroy the March 31st plan. Time to clear the browser history. He goes to the lab acting normal, logs in, and completely nukes the system, grabbing enough info to jail them all. On his way out, the staff realizes the system is down and Pablo did it. Security grabs him, but at the last second, Officer Khan and the Indian Army save him. They secure the place. Dogra tells Leela what happened. Leela goes crazy. I want Pablo now! But Pablo takes the lady and her son, leaves town completely, treats them as his family, mom and little brother, and changes his name from Pablo to RG. Police arrest Leela's men but can't pin anything on Leela. All this while, Pablo is remembering the past, bro. The doorbell interrupts him. He opens for a guy who says, I'm with Daba. He lets him in to pack and flee, but it turns out to be one of Leela's men sent to kill him. He's about to kill Pablo when Annayia saves him. He says, you again? She says, I knew you were Pablo. He asks, why'd you hit the guy? She says, he was gonna kill you, but the monster gets up again and starts wrecking the place. Pablo just blocks his hits. He doesn't want to hit back. The guy pulls out guns and sprays bullets everywhere. They run. Annayia gets in the car. Open the door! She says, admit you're Pablo and I'll open. He screams, lady, who is Pablo? Save me, this kid's gonna kill me. She refuses until he says it. He yells, fine, lady, I'm Pablo. I'm Pablo. He jumps in, but before they escape, the guy shoots him in the butt. Literal pain in the ass. She takes him home and calls a doctor to remove the bullet. Someone knocks, they think it's the doc, but it's that son of a bee smashing in. They manage to escape to the garage to take the car, but boom, an entire army is waiting for them, surrounding them from every side. She says, aren't you gonna fight them? He says, fight who? It's 20 against 1. She says, okay, see you, Pablo, and walks off. But the idiot grabs her, slaps her face, and tells his men, kill her. That's it. Pablo transforms. He doesn't care about the 20. He breaks the first 2 guys' bones, telling them, I'm gonna make macaroni out of you with a side of Indian lies. And he actually eats the macaroni and feeds them the lies, breaking them one by one. Carb loading mid-fight? Genius. They drive cars at him. Do you think that matters? I swear it won't. He jumps, grabs the roof, pulls it down on the car, flies in the air, hangs on and spins. And I believe it. The black car crashes and all the cars pile up. All this with a bullet in his butt, bro. We get a shot and can't walk on our legs. Have mercy. Anyway, he leaves them. The hitman goes back to Leela just as he left. Leela asks, "Have you ever been in love? Look into my eyes. Watch the watch." The guy gets hypnotized. Leela says, "I'll count to 3, step forward with each count. 1, 2. He stops. The guy freezes. Leela walks away, saying to his men, "Imagine, I sent him to kill Pablo. He failed. We can't sleep at night because of Pablo." A guy says, "I'll get Pablo. Give me 2 days." Leela says, "I'll make you a millionaire if you do. Let's eat, boys." "Oh, 3. The guy jumps off the roof, like a Sims character when you delete the pool ladder. Later, Annayia takes Pablo to the doctor to get the bullet out. They wait, and finally the doctor arrives. "That's the doctor, bro? I wish I was Pablo. I'm Dr. Julia." He says, "You mean Julia Honey." She says, "Pants off." He strips instantly. Fastest healthcare service in history. Bullet removed. Then he and Annayia take a train. On the way, a car crashes into the train, because trains are known for being easy to crash into with a sedan. The officer says, "Finally caught you, plumber." Pablo puts Annayia aside, wrecks him one by one, grabs the officer. "The plumber's gonna install a new pipe for you, traitor." Breaks his bones and they get off the train. But when he gets off, Leila's army is waiting. "You made us look hard for you, Pablo. Finally gotcha." He's shocked, then laughs. "You idiots! I made you find me. This is a GPS chip. Morons like you couldn't find me unless I wanted you to." The battle begins. A whole army versus him. He breaks them one by one, playing cat and mouse, snapping bones, but this bald guy points a gun at him. Pablo freezes, thinks fast, "Back off right now or I kill her." The guy doesn't back off, about to shoot, but suddenly takes a bullet to the neck. It's her brother, Leela. He runs to the dead guy. "Are you crazy? Anyone but my sister." His men take her to the car, beat Pablo, knock him out, tie him to the train, and wake him up. Leela says, "My dad was the only one who believed in me. Pablo, my brother, used to annoy me because I couldn't find a way to scare him, so I stabbed him with a knife and he was terrified." It's a great feeling when someone fears your actions. Psycho alert. He throws knives at him. Strange thing is, you don't fear anything now, Pablo. "Untie him, boys." He walks away. Pablo is confused. Leela tosses a bomb trigger, "Let your brave heart save you, Pablo," and leaves. Pablo looks down. The floor is covered in bombs. Boom, everything destroyed. Do you think Pablo died, bro? I swear it won't happen. Do you know why? Because he's from planet India. Physics? We don't do that here. Annayia lives in sadness, imagining him everywhere, visiting his grave every day, heartbroken. Suddenly, she sees Pablo, thinks it's a hallucination, walks away. He follows and says a secret password that's none of our business, bro. She slaps him. "So you're Pablo and let me think I was crazy all this time? And you tried to kill me? And why are you fighting my brother?" He says, "Calm down, I'll explain." He tells her everything. She says, "I'm sorry for what my brother, but tell me the plan. I'll help." He says the most important thing now is to destroy your brother's partners. 3 guys, one in China, one in Russia, and one in Kenya. Actually, he's here in the capital. He says, "I have to end them. They traffic everything, bank theft, state secrets, women. If they live, the country falls into chaos." He leaves and travels to China for the first one. Guy has an army of deadly martial artists. Do you think that matters to Pablo? I swear it won't. He enters against 500 fighters and destroys them with pure stupidity. And I believe it. Oh God, if China and India combined, they'll destroy Earth with weapons of mass lying. It's like playing Dynasty Warriors on easy mode. He finishes them with lots of lies and goes to Russia, goes to the guy's house, gives the wife and daughter a PlayStation controller programmed to his heartbeat. Every time the daughter hits the villain in the game, her dad feels the hit. She keeps playing until his heart stops. I believe that too. Ultimate rage quit. He travels to Egypt for the 3rd guy. "Bro, Pablo, it's the land of pharaohs. At least get cursed or something." "Hello? What? Pablo broke their bones? Man, the curse must be expired." Anyway, Pablo destroys the men, goes to the boss on a plane and throws him out. Walk like an Egyptian? More like fly like one. Then he goes to Leela, who has kidnapped his mom and hypnotized her. "Good job. I couldn't beat you in front of her." He tells his men, "Finish him." Pablo wipes the floor with them, chases Leela but hits a glass wall. Leela says, "5 minutes and Indian money is mine. You can't reach me." He breaks the glass, finds himself in a totally different place. "What's up, Pablo?" Looking for the device, finish these guys first. He fights them. Ghosts, illusion by Leela, chases him. Another room, statues, breaks statues. Another room, armed guards. Do you think that matters? I swear it won't. He destroys them one by one. Take it easy, Pablo. Lie with some logic, bro. He finishes them but can't find the money device. Uses his brain, figures out the magic trick, enters the room, finds the device, tries to stop it, guards pull him back, he breaks their bones. Leela throws him, breaks his teeth. Doesn't matter, money is incoming. 3, 2, Pablo says 1. Suddenly, the Amitabh Bachchan video plays. No money transfer. Pablo stopped the theft and uploaded the video in that split second he was on the computer. Buffering, Leela.exe has stopped working. Leela is shocked, smashes everything. Pablo says keep this, handcuffs him, puts a bomb trigger in his hand and leaves. Leela sings and laughs as the place explodes. Indeed, my friend, Leela dies because he isn't from planet India. In the end, Pablo lives happily with Annayia. Ah, delicious Indian lies. And here the lies end. Don't forget to smash the like button, share, and comment the name of any movie you want. See you next time, bro.